Welcome back to the channel, guys, and you join me for the F1 2019 career mode. Still in season 1, been dragging my feet a little bit, I do apologise, but we're here for round number 12, the Hungarian Grand Prix. Not the best track for me on the calendar, but nonetheless, we have to go through it and we have to do our absolute best to try and carry on the wave of momentum. We're doing okay on the points. We got that weight reduction upgrade to the rear floor under tray. That has come in onto the car for this weekend after it failed for Germany. And we need to carry on that momentum because we're slipping in our fight for 7th place in the Drivers' Championship versus Sergio Perez. He beat us last time out in Hockenheim, and he's now like 12 points ahead of me. So we really need to get on a bit of a roll and claw that back. Will that happen this weekend? Not too sure. You know, I said it in the past, I've not been great around here. The AI are very good. I'm not very good at this circuit. It doesn't suit my driving style. But thankfully, there are some tracks coming up that really suit me, like Belgium, Italy. Those sort of tracks hopefully will allow me to claw some time and some points back versus Sergio Perez. No rain expected, thankfully. Looking on the old development front, Mercedes have pulled ahead, so they are now the clear number 1 again. Red Bull once again not bringing an upgrade. Ferrari bringing a tiny one, so they are on point with Red Bull Racing. Racing Point have now jumped ahead of us with a major upgrade for this one, so really going to need to step up and race Sergio very hard. The midfield, we're like top of the midfield, us and Racing Point, and then McLaren, Renault, Alpha and Haas all converging on top of each other, and Williams are closing up. So, but you can see it's 6th, 6th and 7th in the recent races, so we need to try and carry that on. Can we get points here this weekend? Points, hopefully. Can we beat Perez? That, of course, is the big one. And then we need Albon to perform for the Constructors' Championship. But enough rambling. Let's get into Saturday.
Good afternoon, race fans, and here we are again for qualifying at the Hungaroring. Who will have tuned the perfect setup for their car? We'll find out soon.
So here we go. This is the end of my first lap. Perez is, interesting enough, the reference point on a 17.2. We boot it out of the final corner, and it's an 18 flat. So 8/10 slower than our primary rival. So we've clearly got to wind the car up. We've got to find some time. That time did put me 11th, but we can do better. We did a 17.8, but this is my fastest lap of the session so far. We charge down towards turn 1, up on the Delta, brake just after the 100-meter board. Want to bring in, not try and kiss the apex. You want the rear complete control. Charge down towards turn 2. Where we go. 180 corner. We've gone wide, wait to grip. There we go. It's a hot lap mode. Boot it out there. Now we're charging the blind left hand. Let's see commitment. Commitment. A little bit more. Very challenging. And if you touch the curb, you are that's exactly what you want to avoid doing. Chicane. You want some done. That one out, but here we go now through the second sector. Now we've got to go for it again. This corner uphill. Utilise the exit where we can. 3/10 up on our Delta. 6/10 down on provisional pole of Max Verstappen, but we are braking. Boot it out of the that 90-degree right-hander, and then the two 180-degree handers left, gone very wide. The Delta building, and then into the final corner, which you always get on the power later than you think you do. I haven't got the corner right. I'm going to boot it out now, but the Delta's dropped down. What's it going to be as we cross the line? It's a 17.5. It's P9. Will we stay there? It's top 10, but will we stay there for Sunday? And what can we do on Sunday? Let's find out now.
It's always wonderful to come back to the lively Hungaroring. A popular destination this, nice and close to the beautiful city of Budapest, with some exciting racing to boot. Who can forget Michael Schumacher pushing his old teammate Rubens Barrichello up towards the pit wall in 2010, or those great races of 2014 and 2015 as well. 14 corners then for our drivers to navigate at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring today. It's 6 lefts and 8 rights around a lap here, with average speeds in the region of 120 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Can we begin by having a chat about Charles Leclerc? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Vettel, Charles Leclerc and Perez, Gasly, Ricciardo, Weber and the captain, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Devon Butler and Raikkonen, Albon, Kubica, Lance Stroll and Lando Norris. Russell and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid, and with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So there you have it. We are still in the top 10, but it looks as if that's going to be detrimental to us. That one stop is not looking too friendly. I think, considering it's only 1.3 slower, we're going to go for the 2-stop softs to a couple of sets of mediums. That long run on hards does not look like a pleasant time. 27 laps on a single set of tyres. Specifically around this circuit as well, that can just die. Anyway, we have 5 red lights at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Lights are out and away we go. Perez in 6th position up there. Ricciardo tried to challenge him on the right, because that was a superb start from him. We've done all right off the line. We've lost that to Hülkenberg, but the open, or the inside, is nice and open. We're going to stick the car where it needs to be. Daniel Ricciardo, once again, the man squeezing me into a corner 2 weekends in a row, but we're now drag racing him and Pierre Gasly down towards the left-hander, and we have pulled ahead up into 7th place. Can we hold the position versus Gasly on traction? And have put myself where I wanted to be. Needed to be aggressive on this opening lap, because I needed to put myself behind Sergio Perez, because realistically our best opportunity to get past him is this opening lap. If we don't get past him here, then he is just going to unfortunately disappear into the distance, and we can kiss beating him goodbye. So need to keep close up behind him. Looks as if it is it's a Mercedes leading, of Bottas, followed by Vettel, Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, Perez and myself. So we're trying to keep up with the pack, but just look at the front end through the final corner. It just did not want to grip, and you can see, as I confirmed, Bottas leading the way. I've lost out versus Perez in a straight line, and Pierre Gasly is going to try and make a move. He hasn't got DRS, remember, that's not available till the end of, well, it's not even the end of this lap, it's the end of the following lap, but we're going to try and out-drag him out of the first corner. We're going to defend to the inside of turn number 2. Gasly's going to try and sweep all the way around the outside. I've been very cautious on the brakes, so I've had to sort of squirt the throttle and run him out of road in a way, and that's allowed Daniel Ricciardo, the former Red Bull driver, to get ahead of him now. So, in fact, Ricciardo tries to have a go at me into the blind left-hander. That's how much speed he was carrying. I was such an acute line, exceeding track limits. I'll accept that was my fault there, but yeah, Perez is dropping off the leading pack, but I am also dropping off of Perez. You can see I'm having real difficulty with the final corner, and I'm moving over to the pit wall to try and defend. Ricciardo still there. The absolute balls of steel from Daniel Ricciardo going down my inside into turn 1. I'm going to try and hold the position round the outside. Will we get the better exit? Unfortunately not. I've turned the car up a little bit too late. We're going to slipstream. Can we chuck it down the inside of turn 2? He has balls of steel into turn 1. I've gone very aggressive. Bit of wheel banging into turn 2, but we still defend 7th place, and we're all over the place really, because I'm going to need to start burning some of this excess fuel I've got. My ERS is low, but it's the fuel I'm going to need to burn to compensate that, as we are dropping back from Perez. We're like 3 odd seconds already behind.
Power from the engine is going to be down slightly and showing some minor wear.
And our engine is wearing, so we're going to have less power as well. And that's probably what's not helping us down the main straight. I mean, I know that they're a Red Bull Honda, but you know, Gasly has just done me into turn 1. Of course, you get that double helping of DRS. So Gasly has now beat me. He's now up into 7th position. But I made it difficult for him, you know, more difficult than it was in Germany. He just outfoxed me in Germany in 100% honesty. But down to 8th, now we just need to try and run our race, realistically. You know, we're going to be coming in for some tyres within the next couple of laps. I just need to get on some fresher tyres, get some clean air. Well, I can't really complain about the clean air. Look at Ricciardo, the speed of that Renault. Can he keep it under control under braking? He has left the door slightly open, thought about it. But after the move that I made the other day, the other race, the other corner, my God, my words, stumbling all over them. Yeah, Ricardo's got through. He's up into 8th, and he's probably going to disappear into the distance as well. So I'm calling it end of lap 6. This is our scheduled lap. I'd managed to stick with him remotely anyway, so we're coming in for a fresh set of boots, as is Pierre Gasly by the looks of things. So both Red Bull driver and the Toro Rosso driver on the 2-stop strategy. He will be in, having his tyres changed. Is he going to a set of mediums? I was going to say another set of softs. That is suicide, Pierre. That's a 3-stop guaranteed. So here we go. What is it from the Toro Rosso boys? 2.1 fantastic pit stop. And what we'll do now is I'm just going to burn the fuel that I have available. You can see me flick up to rich immediately. We're going to burn the fuel that we've got. And, you know, now that we've got some fresh air, fresh boots, can I try and eat into some of that advantage the cars ahead of me had? Can I try and re-jump Daniel Ricciardo? That's the question. Personal best lap of the Grand Prix, 21.4 at the end of lap 8. Daniel Ricciardo coming out, one-stop strategy, hard tyres, and we're well ahead of him. And as such, Sergio Perez on the one-stop. There he is. So we've both got, well, he hasn't got any stops left to make. I have one stop left to make, and he is ahead of me on the road. So, comes to lap 11. We actually have DRS. We've closed in on him because that hard tyre is disgusting. So, as such, we're now going to try and close up and pass Perez on track and build a gap. But you can see Gasly is trying to fight through the traffic that he has caught.
Right, some information on Ricciardo. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Oh, and Daniel Ricciardo, mechanical problem. He was looking solid for some points today, if his one-stop had worked out, but he hasn't pulled over as of yet. He just might be travelling very slowly, by the looks of things. Speaking of travelling slowly, look at all the tussling going on up ahead. You've got Russell, you've got Grosjean, you've got Perez. They're just all slowing each other down. There's a Ferrari in there as well, and we're going to have to try and pass Sergio Perez, who's looking very slow, into the chicane, and we're just going to bully our way past him. He, took some liberties there over the curb. I've bullied my way past Sergio Perez. He was tucked up behind Russell. He tried to avoid the curb. I decided to ride the curb. And we've got ahead, and now we need to try and put cars between myself and Perez, so we're going to try and do that with George Russell. Immediately, he moves across. There's still enough room for an F1 car, though, George, and we are straight down the inside. He was also an F2 last year, and, you know, he unfortunately has been with Williams. We got the Toro Rosso seat, and Gasly has really now got through the traffic ahead of Norris and ahead of Grosjean. You can see I'm trying to get my way past Norris at the end of lap 13. We've really pulled ahead of Perez. He's really slow at this point of the Grand Prix, so I don't know if he's got some kind of issue or... But Norris and Grosjean are battling each other at the start of lap 14, both on a set of mediums. They're yet to pit. I have one more pit stop left to make in my two-stop strategy, so this is for position for the end of the Grand Prix. We do look and appear to be faster. We're going to try and go all the way around the outside of Lando Norris, and we're going to be tucked up the inside of the next right-hander, and now it's a drag race up towards the blind left-hander. Me versus Norris. Who's got the bigger balls? It is me. We turn in. Norris files in behind me, and that is us up into P15. Next one up is Romain Grosjean. Then we get some space up to what appears to be Pierre Gasly, the Ferraris, what would be Lance Stroll in the racing points. But you can see lap 15, we're still tucked up behind Romain Grosjean. And we've run out of fuel, and our ERS is running low. So I need to get past him sooner rather than later. You can just see how slow he's going on those worn medium tyres. I'm just climbing all over the back of the Haas. And my resources have run out. Realistically, I wanted to get past him so I could burn those and pull away. But just carry more speed through the right-hander, and this should hopefully set him up for a move into this right-hander. But Grosjean defends the line. We go round the outside. Can we beat him out on traction? He pushes me wide. He pulls ahead. We dive it down the inside of the 180-degree penultimate corner. And Grosjean would not have expected that one coming, but he was just so slow in the corners. We finally got past him up into 14th, and this is where the guys for the one-stop are coming in. So Albon is in, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Stroll is up ahead of me. He's still carrying on those medium tyres. So we're only 10th at the moment. We're not too far ahead of those guys that have made their one and only stop, and we've got another stop left to make. So we need to hope in the final stint of the race we can get some speed, because we're not going to challenge these guys like Raikkonen or Devon Butler, but up into P7, which is roughly where I expected to be after Perez's issues. But we're only 7 seconds ahead, as Jeff is now confirming, of our teammate, and we've got an extra pit stop to make. So we're pushing on. I'm saving up fuel in standard mode. That is the one good thing about this track. And Max Verstappen out of another Grand Prix. He was looking good to be on the podium, or at least challenge for a win. It's unfortunate for Max. We of course then get promoted to P6. Can't really complain there, but yeah, that Red Bull not looking very reliable. The Honda engine in the back of their car, not quite like mine. Mine hasn't failed me, as of yet, at least. We come across the line. What are we doing at the moment? We're in the low 22s, and we're coming in at the end of this lap. We're 6.5 behind Gasly, 3.8 ahead of Butler. So we're running on our own at the moment. We just need to hope that these fresh mediums will be able to, you know, claw me back into the points, effectively. Gasly comes in. he won't have so much of an issue because he was further up the road than me and he has a faster car than me. So it's going to be hard to the end of the race. I'll need to get my head down. There go both Alphas. So we're already down to P12. There's Sergio Perez. He's in P13. He pulls ahead of me, but he shouldn't be too much of an issue. Is Gasly going to pull ahead of him? No. Perez gets ahead of him. Don't tell me, oh, I've lost out to Kubica. And are we going to lose out to Stroll as well? Okay, we've come out 15th. That's not good. That's really not good. I was hoping to come out around P12. But that hasn't happened, and Gasly is ahead of Sergio Perez. So hopefully he comes victim number 1. That victim is Lance Stroll. This is my first full lap on fresh tyres out the pits, and we're going to go for a nice kamikaze move. Measured initially, but Stroll saw me coming. He got out of the way. Double helping of DRS, and that is us now into 14th place. We've now got to try and chase down some points. Next one out, Robert Kubica. Running higher than I expected him to, because, you know, he's in a Williams, and the Williams is a bit shit, but is what it is at the end of today. We've got 14 laps to go if we include the one that we're on, and we are on a personal best. Of course, I have had DRS, and I'm on fresh tyres. Are we into the 1 minute 20s? Not quite, 1:21.2, but we're within DRS of Robert Kubica, and our gearbox is really running down, actually. That's concerning me. And I need to get past Kubica sooner rather than later now, especially that I'm in DRS range. You can see me now, lap 23. I've closed up to the back of the Williams, and I'm going to try and pull something similar to what I did on Perez. Hasn't worked. Kubica's defended, though, into the wrong corner. I can sweep round the outside, which turns to the inside. Really not an overtaking place, but we've been able to pull it off. And we're now catching up to Magnussen. You can see I'm really abusing the curb at the chicane. The stewards haven't told me off for it yet, though, so I'm not really too concerned. Magnussen on the one stop, really struggling, similar to his teammate Grosjean earlier on in the race. And then just up ahead is Sergio Perez, so he's in 11th. Once I take 11th off of Perez, any more positions I gain will be for points. So that's the one that I really need to keep in mind. So, 11 laps to go at the end of this one. What can we do? There's points just up the road. The Alphas look out of reach, but there's a Renault and my teammate, which I think I can catch. So here we go. DRS, end of lap 25. New personal best lap of the race into the 1 minute 20s, and we're within a second of Sergio Perez. And Gasly, though, is struggling to get through the field ahead. That's my reference point. And speaking of reference points, I'm going to reference point my way round Sergio Perez. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know why I said that. Please kill me. Anyway, we're past Sergio Perez on lap 27. So we've at least beaten him for pride. Can we now beat him for points? Lap 28, 5.5 seconds to make up versus Alex Albon. Perez, though, has absolutely rocket shipped me down the inside. We're going to hold it because we've got more grip and more traction. He just has more power. So we need to hope that Albon and I would assume Hulkenberg battle, and that's exactly what it looks like they're doing. We've actually done the fastest middle sector of the race on this lap. And Jeff's having a go at me. I could just play the radio message, but yeah, Jeff's having a cry, saying I'm pushing too hard. But 3 laps to go, if you include the one that we're on. And I can see Weber, I can see Hulkenberg, I see Albon. That is a potential P8. Now, can I get all 3 moves made in these last 3 laps? We'll see. I've got to close up to the back of them first, because I'm not quite nose to tail like those 3 are. We move on to the final lap of the race, and you can see I haven't actually made too much of an inroad, which was frustrating, and I've been pushing and pushing, and my tyres are wearing out. But if we can even get one of these guys, I'm scoring more points than Perez. Personal best first sector. We're down the inside of Alex Albon after absolute curb abuse in the blind left-hander. Sorry, Albon, I'm going to take that position from you on the last lap of the race. Up to P10. I've got it all crossed up through the chicane. Hamilton with the fastest lap and wins the race. But can we try? Now we're in the dirty air of Hulkenberg. It's hard. I was going to try and close up to him to try and make maybe a diving move into one of the final corners. I don't think it's going to happen. 3 corners left to go versus the Renault. Can we close up and do anything to get more points? It's currently only 1 point. Will it be any more? 2 corners left to go now. Not really room in this 180-degree corner. Only 1 corner left. It's not an overtaking point. I'm way too far back. I've got it in rich and hot lap just in case Hulkenberg blew up or something. But we're going to come across the line. We stole P10 from Albon on the last lap, but it's only a point.
Thank you for all your hard work out there. That was a strong drive and a good finish. Well done.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So these are the final race results. Lewis Hamilton wins the Hungarian Grand Prix ahead of his teammate Valtteri Bottas, and Charles Leclerc brings it home as the lead Ferrari in third place. Devon Butler with an absolute stonking drive from McLaren from P13 to P5, beating out the Red Bull by a few seconds as well, Pierre Gasly. Then Raikkonen and Lucas Weber both had really good drives in their Alphas. For 7th and 8th. Gasly, of course, first of the two stoppers. I was second. It goes to show the car advantage. While he only finished like 8 seconds ahead of me, that 8 seconds was the difference between 6th and 10th. But Hulkenberg gets points as well for Renault, so that's always a good one to see. I reckon with a couple more laps, I would have had Weber and Hulkenberg, but is what it is at the end of the day, and Albon's not going to be happy. I stole 10th off him on the last lap. So Vettel leads the driver standings from Hamilton. Bottas drops to 3rd. Leclerc up to 4th. Verstappen, after his bad luck in the last 2 rounds, drops to 5th position. We close the gap to Perez by 1 point, meaning it's now 11 points between the Racing Point driver and myself. And you can see Devon Butler, with that huge result, jumps to 12th in the driver standings on 17 points, tying Daniel Ricciardo, and now beating Lucas Weber as well. But of the F2 rookies, it's your boy that's looking the strongest. Mercedes now lead the way, 17 points ahead of Ferrari due to outscoring them this weekend. We are 29 points behind from Racing Point. So, job to do. Lots of hard work. Let's chat to Claire.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You've had experience with Devon's fast, aggressive style. Any advice for the drivers he passed today?
Watch all angles, because you never know when he's coming at you.
You had a close battle today, didn't you?
Yeah, we did, and it was good to push each other that late in the race.
Appreciate your time.
So, contract negotiation time, boys and or girls of that whole 2% of my viewing audience. Let's try and do a little bit better than we did last time, because I really devalued myself last time on my contract. So, I'm going to say I'm going to be best of the rest in qualify or in the race. Qualifying, I'm going to say 13th, because I'm not good. And let's see if I can actually just put myself. So I'm going to go level 2 with those. Simultaneous development, I could bump it up, so I will. Level 2 on everything. Let's see what that puts me.
Okay, that proposal looks good. It seems all parties are happy with the deal, so it'll commence at the next race weekend.
Superb. Okay, so we're much better with our value on our contract. I haven't undersold myself like I did last time. So that's good. No, that is a positive change. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy and comment any feedback down below. Next time out, we have the Belgium Grand Prix, a true driver's circuit, one of which I look forward to racing every year on every game, because I like seeing how the cars handle around there, because it's a fun track. It's got so many varied corners, varied styles, and should be fun. Can I hope for points? We will have to see. I got points here when I didn't expect to get them, so you never know. If you want to be kept up to date with the content that comes to the channel, please remember to hit that subscribe button and enable those notifications. Got a lot more free time these days, so I should be maybe making more videos a lot more frequently, because I've been really falling behind with this, and I do apologise again. Hopefully going to start streaming again soon. I'm mixing up my content a little bit, because I've got some old series I want to revive. There's some new games. Obviously, it's peak time of year for like new games coming out and stuff like that. So yeah, should be fun for the whole like one of you that's here at the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.